Hey, how's it going? It's Jocelyn Hillam here with Positivity in Pregnancy and Motherhood. Those seasons of life can be really hard. They can be frustrating. They can be annoying. They can pull and drag you down. I know because I've dealt with those feelings in my pregnancies and in my motherhood. Both of those seasons were way harder than I wanted them to be, and I had always dreamed as a little girl of being a mom. And then here I was drowning in despair during these seasons of life, and it was discouraging and it was hard, and I knew I wanted more. I wanted to find better. I wanted to find a better motherhood. I wanted to find better pregnancies, and I wanted to enjoy it. I wanted to enjoy those times and those seasons. I am still in the midst of being a mom and raising kids. My oldest is 9 and my youngest right now is 2, and we are still trying to figure out this motherhood. And today I share with you something that has really come into focus for me lately, and I hope you can learn from me. Thanks for joining. If you think of one of your friends during this episode, will you click to share it with them? There is a way on iTunes and probably the other apps, but I know on iTunes there's a way that you can share the episodes with those that you think about. So will you do that for me? I'd appreciate it. Hi, I'm Jocelyn, host of the Positive in Pregnancy and Motherhood podcast. I help pregnant women and mothers to find positivity in their season of life through changing their thoughts to work for them and not against them. I help mothers find the small, doable steps in thought and action without making drastic changes to their everyday mom life, and I can help you. Thanks for joining. I have talked about this topic many times on this podcast, and I will probably talk about it many more times because it is so up front and center, and it is something that can add value, but it also can take away value. And so I'm going to tell you a little story. So I had been having these thoughts that I needed to kind of be on my phone less. I had pretty good habits. I would only check notifications, or at least that's what my mind said. I was only checking notifications, but more often than not, I would get sucked in. I even suggested or vented this frustration to my friend that I was struggling to control this. I was like, maybe do you want to be accountable and do it together? And so we had kind of set up some guidelines, and we were going to be accountable together. And then I found even that was difficult. And I was like, what in the world is going on? Why is social media and screen time controlling my life and my mind? And I'm addicted to it. And I kind of had mentally figured that I only checked it about 4 times a day. But I think during those times I would check it, it would be at least 10 minutes. 10 minutes probably on the average, sometimes less, sometimes more. But that is about 40 minutes a day, which is a ton of time to be spending on social media when I want to have good relationships with my children. When I have a lot of goals that I want to move forward to, 40 minutes a day, that is a ton of time. And obviously I was doing a little more than checking notifications. Okay, maybe a lot more. Maybe I was spending some times in too many people's stories, people that I don't even know. And it just kind of started to weigh on me. And it was getting a little heavy. Like, that is a lot of time that you're wasting every day that could be spent better places. So I know Facebook and Instagram can kind of be used for good. Like, there are many good things about it. But at this point in my life, it was just wasting my time and taking my time with nothing real productive to show for it. Another area that it was dragging me down is the comparison area. In the comparison area. I can't even say that right. I found, and I know, I've known this for years, that I have a bad habit of comparing me to other people. So other coaches, other business people, other moms, other families getting houses and going on vacations and posting how their recipes succeeded and I know mine didn't, and so on and so forth. I would compare myself to all those situations. And it was wearing on my mind too. I was kind of in this negative funk and stupor. I was getting short with my children, and I was just kind of unhappy, unfulfilled, and addicted. And it was not good. It was weighing on me, as I mentioned. And so I had a pretty deep discussion with my husband about social media. Usually we don't really carry on deep conversations about social media, but this time I kind of let him in on some of my feelings, and I was like, I'm addicted. Like, this is crazy how addictive these platforms are. Social media, the Facebook and the Instagram, how you go to check notifications, but right at the top there's a blurb that catches your eye and you gotta read it because it's about one of your friends and you gotta see the pictures of where they went and what they were doing and so on and so forth. And I kind of told him, like, yeah, and I compare myself to people, and I'm not getting done the things I want to get done. I'm not reaching the goals I want to do, and I am living in negativity and comparison. And talking this out loud to him was so powerful. I think that was one of the trigger points that really made me decide to do what I'm going to tell you. Oh, and what triggered this conversation was when I had opened Facebook, one of the top posts, actually I think it was the top post that was like the blurb on my Facebook feed, was somebody else that was leaving my church. Somebody that I had grown up with. I hadn't seen this person in probably 10 years or plus. Like, it's been a long time. But I knew them growing up. They were in the same church group as I was, and I saw that they were leaving the church, and it just kind of was like an instant plummet, an instant downer. Like, why? I felt sad, I felt agitated, I felt like my brain space was being taken up by someone else's choices that I hadn't even seen in 10 years. And that's what kind of spurred the conversation on with my husband about social media, how it causes me to compare, how it's addicting, and how it's something that I wanted to do better at. I kind of asked him, I was like, should I just delete them both? Like, that post had me enough fired up that I was like, I just am going to delete them both. This is not serving me. It is not serving my mind. It's not serving my motherhood. It's not serving my business. It's not serving, like, anything. I was feeling pretty down about it. And I considered deleting it. But I also was really conflicted on this because I had around 2,500 people, women, that found my pregnancy page through no advertising or anything. And so I didn't want to leave these women hanging who needed me and my light. So I was really conflicted. And I really thought this through and slept on it. And then the next night I was like, I just have to get it off of my phone. And so that's what I did. It was being detrimental to my motherhood, to my life, to my personality. The comparisons were keeping me in negativity, and I was down and short and not very patient. And the cons outweighed the pros, and so I decided to remove it from my phone. So both Facebook and Instagram are now removed off of my phone, and the only way I can access them is on the computer. And this has helped. I can still post my pregnancy group when I am diligent and scheduled, but I don't have a lot of other people's drama going on in my head that I haven't even met or seen for 10 years. So you got this. If it has been on your mind and your heart to lessen your time on social media, this is your call. Do it. Delete it. Remove it from your phone. Only access it on your computer. Find systems and ways to time yourself. Replace it with something else, but do it. It can be a very hard and very difficult negative trap that will keep you from becoming you, or it can keep you from becoming you. You got this, Mama. I am cheering for you. I believe in you, and I know that you can do the hard thing of getting rid of these types of addictions. It has been freeing for me. I have found myself at times wanting to go to it, I won't lie, but overall it has been freeing, and I am grateful I have made this choice. You can do it too. I believe in you, and I know that you can do the hard things to better your mind, to better your life, and to better your motherhood. If you need extra help in your motherhood, I offer mom coaching, and it's different than normal coaches. Normal coaches typically want to take an hour of your time every week. I only want to take 10 minutes of your time because I'm a mom too, and I know you're a mom, and you're busy, and it is hard to fit an hour in. But you can fit 10 minutes where I can help you work through the mindset tips and tricks to help you move forward in your motherhood. Email me at gmail.com, melioramentor@gmail.com, and that email is in the show notes. Thank you for listening. Until next time. Thank you for being a part of the Positive in Pregnancy and Motherhood podcast, for listening, for sharing, and most of all, for applying these tools into your own life to improve your own happiness so that you can find your own better thoughts for a better you in a positive pregnancy, in losing that stubborn baby weight, and becoming the mom you desire to be through taking small steps in thought and action to reach your goals. If you are a mother who has an inner desire to enjoy motherhood and pregnancy better, but you are having difficulty figuring it out, I can help you. I can help you find the small, doable steps without drastic changes to your everyday mom life. Reach out, let's connect, and let's see you move forward. My name is Jocelyn, and I thank you for listening. Until next time.